Good evening, mortals. It is I, the Grim Roller, back once again to play Dungeons and Dragons with my good friends. Today we're not joined by Coffee, but we are joined by Bard. Hello, Bard.
Hello.
And also Tips as well. Hello, Tips.
Hello.
Hello. Great. Well, I'll load up the screen now as we carry on where we left off. So, as the Coffee is away for the time being, because she is exploring the world, sounds very fun. So we're kind of like working around her character, still being part of this world, but not exactly interacting very much. So yes, where we left off last time, we're in the Blue Water Inn. Who would like to give us a little backstory of what happened in the last episode?
I'm happy to. I was just rereading my notes. So we started the session sort of running away from Strahd's castle. We were quite beaten up. Most of us had been sucked dry in this sort of ritualistic torture where we were like bled and then healed and bled and healed. And as we sort of ran for our lives, we were surrounded by werewolves. And just when it seemed like they were going to do us in, this group of were-ravens showed up, led by Muriel Vinshaw, a were-raven woman who scared the ravens away. She told us that their leader, Kirill Stojanovic, is sort of a recent alpha that has taken over the werewolf crew, replacing the previous leader, who was more of a sort of noble and had sort of better standing, I'm guessing, with like the local populace.
Yes.
Kirill is more of a bandit and has been sort of turning against the locals, making the roads not very safe. The were ravens sort of, we chit chatted with them for a while. They basically told us if we ever needed to reach them, we should just ask any regular raven we see around. They know how to get in touch with them. And Muriel gave us a letter that we need to deliver to the burgomaster. I assume not the one in Valaki, but the one in
Yes,
the first town.
the Ismark, the new burgomaster of
Yeah.
the village of Barovia.
Yep.
Yes, she's giving you a letter, and it's got a little seal on it of a raven to make it clear who it came from. But it's also as a wax seal would make it indicated if you were to break and open the letter and read it yourself, which you have not done so at this point.
Yeah, and she also gave us sort of a letter with free lodging at Valaki, which is where we were headed. This whole time we've been coming, our mission up to now had been to, and we sort of got sidetracked when we went to the castle, had been to come to Valaki to obtain a horse and carriage to then return to Barovia and take Irina away. But as we arrive in Valaki, we see that it is currently hosting the Wolf Head Jamboree, where the whole town is sort of covered in wolf heads, both real and sort of simulacra of them. And everyone is sort of tortuously smiling. And we find that that's because the town mayor, which is called...
I can get you those details if you don't have them to hand. I'll get you his name right now.
I'm going to find it. No, Baron Vargas Valakovich.
That's the one. Yes, I'll just put his name back in the chat there. Just found it myself. Yes, the Baron. He's in charge, and and as it's kind of been explained to you, the theory is that he wants to help his whole village escape the Barovian realm, and he believes he can do that by making everyone so happy that the universe will literally just pull the town out of this realm and take it straight to heaven, as he's heard in some legendary stories.
Yep,
and he's a full believer.
So we arrive at the inn, at the Blue Water Inn. Loon basically goes off and just parties all week while the rest of the party is recovering and bedridden, and we sort of meet the whole sort of cast of characters in the inn, which is some like nobles, children, Nikolai and Karl Watcher. We meet a couple of sort of hunters called Yevgeny and Slodar. We find out that there's a bit of a sort of Game of Thrones going on. There's two big factions. There's the mayor, and then there's Lady Fiona Watcher, who is of a Strahd-aligned faction. Her two sons are there at the tavern, Nikolai and Karl Watcher.
Yep, they're over here right now next to the bar, and they don't want to talk about their mother at all. You found out these details, but they just care about drinking and showing off to everyone about how great they are.
And we've also heard that the mayor here has a henchman, which is called Izek Strasny, who comes from a family that was attacked by werewolves, I believe. Daughter went missing, never heard of again. He was bit, had his arm either sort of detached or just like gravely injured, and it sort of turned into this fire-wielding arm. Changed his personality. He used to be quite a good guy, has become a bit of a pyromaniac since.
Yes, he's a bully. He goes around because his arm is extremely strong, stronger than natural, and also can create and throw fireballs. So with that kind of power, this weak, frail boy has now become the bully that has been, fortunately or maybe unfortunately, been taken under the wing of the burgomaster, who uses him as his henchman. Yes, he got. If you want to know about the arm exactly, it was bitten off, clean off by the werewolf.
And the last rumor we've heard of is sort of an account that has led us to believe that the wizard that tried to sort of lead a rebellion against Strahd a year ago has been sort of seen in the woods, sort of turning into animals and then sort of attacking people that come and try to shoot at the animals. He's caused several sort of grave injuries, but no deaths. I can't remember what he was called.
So right now, they're calling him the Mad Mage up in the north. They're just saying that.
We had the wizard's name.
Yes, you do.
It was. I'm gonna try to find it. Mordekainen.
Yes. Mordekainen, which you recognize from various spells, including. Do you remember the safe that Strahd had? His kind of fortress inside the
house.
Yeah. That is Mordekainen's fortress. It's a spell that creates a tough magical room. So you're kind of connecting the dots here that he's that famous that he's got spells named after him.
Okay. And we also have spoken to a bard called Rudolf van Richten, who is part of like a crew of people who are sort of dispersed around Barovia. And he has a broken down carriage that is in the Airsex stockyard.
Yeah.
And I guess has either implied or we've assumed that we might be able to buy it and fix it.
Yes, you did very well going around having drinks with everyone there, kind of celebrating your survival from Strahd's palace. That he indicated that he'd arrived with his own carriage, and on the way into town, he'd spotted a badly damaged cart that like the two front wheels were gone, and the rest of it looks like it needs some work fixing up, replacing those front wheels and stuff. So he just hitched it to the back of his and brought it back into town. For in case it was someone else, as a good deed, but it's left for the last few weeks that he's been staying here. No one's claimed it, and it's just been sitting in that stockyard.
Okay, wonderful. And I guess that's where we are. So as far as I can tell, the sort of possible directions we can go
Yes.
is
Let me in
go
fact
get
take you
this.
to the world map for this area.
Yeah.
To the town maps. Let's move the ribbon here, and let me see, where is the white water? Let's see, place party here. Bam. So if I haven't already moved
so
it
we're
over,
smack in the middle of town.
yep, because you got taken by cart there.
Yep.
Change layer. I'm going to bring it up to the tokens layer. So if I click on that mark and I press Shift Z, you see there's the sign for the Blue Water Inn. So as you discover locations, I'll put them on the map so you can find out what they are.
Okay, wonderful.
And you can write any descriptions you want on the map as well as you go along. But wherever there's a flame in this town is where a location exists that you can interact with.
Okay. So the Blue Water Inn is there. Where is the stockyard that we've been told about? The Airsex stockyard.
Yes, 1 second. I believe it's over here. I do plan to update this map to make it a bit more easy to read. That's the coffin makers. There it is.
Okay.
Advanced. So change layer to token. All right, it is over here. Focus ping.
Okay.
In fact, I'll just drag these out and make them a little bit bigger. That way you can read them as they kind of come into existence. Oh, it's asking me to refresh the page.
Oh.
I did not like that for some reason. Roll20. But there you go. That's where the stockyard is, over there. So you got kind of that.
So we can either go get the carriage. We also, important thing I forgot. Nina has like the vampire plague. I can't remember what it's called. She got vampire blood in her mouth, and she's slowly turning into a ghoul.
She has the vampire taint. So she exactly that. If she's not cured in the next couple of weeks, she will become an undead, and not in the good way.
The vampire blight. Here it is. And so we need to find or cast a greater restoration spell on her.
So I would say because of that reason, that location might be a priority for you to go to first. Also, just let you know.
Should we not wait for her to be here? Like do
this,
some other side thing?
I'm going to let you know a little GM thing is that if you were to take her to this location, so you're basically helping take her in a stretcher. There's someone here that the landlord at the place you're staying has said can help. So best to take her over there so she can rest up. And that location, if I now focus ping over here, move that onto the map as well. Change layer to token. That is the local church. So there's another Church of the Morning Lord here.
Ooh. So your Loon and Peregrine will want to go there.
Yeah. I'll move that up just a little bit so it's just out the way, but there you go. So over there is the Church of the Morning Lord.
Yeah.
So that is a location to go to. You also have just over to the side of you here, you have another Fitzgerald's. That's the fast food chain that exists in Barovia. So if you guys need to get any kind of like food supplies or anything like that, that's the place to go. The cheapest food in town. The Arasaka stock yard, as you've heard, is the other place to kind of buy adventure gear. Though people have kind of mentioned that their prices are quite high. So you don't want to buy food from there. You want to get it from Fitzgerald's.
We're so loaded though. We have so much money.
Exactly. You guys have a lot of money. In fact, right now Loon's pockets are overflowing, so he can move a lot of that into the shared money group if he wants to at the moment to kind of get that off his thing.
Yeah, because I think I put all of it into my own, didn't I?
We made a rule of it that you all had to there, so you couldn't pick up anything more whilst you were in the castle, because you guys had like taken a lot of money. We've got to have limits on there.
Yeah, no, I meant I accidentally put it into mine instead of the party.
Yeah.
But I think we accidentally. I think we said we were gonna only keep a quarter of it, though, weren't we?
What? And
Theo's already robbed you, I think.
So yeah, that's it. Everyone else got their money returned, the ones that didn't make it out the castle by their own power. So only you are loaded at the moment. You can take all that money that you got and you can share it amongst your party if you wish.
Cool. Yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah. Whilst you're doing that, just a few other details that you know. So after the battle at Strahd's castle, Castle Ravenloft, because all of you except for Loon have been force-fed Strahd's potions over and over again. You guys were horrifically addicted at that point. So sleeping off in the tavern here was both to kind of get over the kind of emotional trauma you've been through, some of the fatigue, but also to recover from the addiction. This is an addiction that, of course, Floki already kind of understood and had felt before, but never to this degree. This is like, going through kind of the worst kind of like crack detox you've ever had. It was pretty horrific, but as Strahd had promised, after just a few days, the symptoms of the addiction had completely gone. He said that it's highly addictive, but that it only lasts for just a few days, and so you're feeling all right now, but you are no longer addicted to Strahd potions. If you choose not to drink them again, you won't be addicted again.
Okay. And so we can either get the carriage, go cure Nina.
Yeah.
We can investigate the journal at the mayor's library. So we have Strahd's journal.
Yes.
And we suspect that, we might be able to get some type of Rosetta Stone at the Burgomaster's library, or we can try to find Mordekainen, to track him down. But I guess sort of as you sort of hinted at, with Nina sort of getting worse and worse by the day, so while the rest of us have sort of improved with the rest, she's been getting sicker and sicker. I suspect it makes sense to take her to the Church of the Morning Lord. And at least, I don't know how Loon's sort of reacting to the prospect of going to the Church of the Morning Lord, but Peregrine feels like he wants to see whether being in close proximity to such a place can help him pierce through and talk to his god.
Understood. Yes. It is another Church of the Morning Lord, like you had in the town of Barovia, the village of Barovia. So, yeah, it makes sense that you'd want to do it. And Loon has already had one spiritual kind of like connection made with this apparently absent god. So maybe something else will happen. So yeah, if you guys feel like taking Nina down the street and over to the church, start moving your characters along.
Yep.
And if ever you want to stop and investigate any lights, just let me know.
Okay.
Do you want to investigate this light on the path, since we're passing it anyway?
Yeah.
Groovy. And I can tell you as well, as you move down the path, the party's still happening. As you were told when you arrived, that it's a week-long festival that's happening at the moment for the Wolf's Head Jamboree. It ends tomorrow, but right now there's still brass bands playing in the streets and people throwing confetti. But you can notice that when you look at the drummers' hands, they're flicking blood onto the drum kit because their hands are so blistered. The family members, smiling family members, are helping hold up the trombone players as they are so exhausted from having played trombone for 6 days straight that they can barely stand, and they're poking their faces to keep the smile on there as they're just basically just breathing through the trombones at this point. A lot of the kind of other instruments are like falling apart, and there's like a person playing like on a broken flute. And there's another person with a maraca, which is just a handle now. But they have to keep going. Man. So, but yeah, Loon, you've loved this time. Like you've been enjoying all the local cuisine. But yeah,
I love the idea of Loon being completely oblivious to people suffering.
It's great. Everyone's so happy.
Yeah, exactly that. So let me reset my AI character. All right, so you reach this light on the way. Whilst the party's still happening outside, I'm going to take you over to this new location. Just need to find them. Aha. So let us place the party. So you are arriving on this side of town. Let me just drag you up there. Give it a quick edit. Get your black background. There we go. Much better. All right, so let's just check the light is all working. Yep, that looks good. You have arrived at one of the houses, and whilst the party's been happening other places, there seems to be a large number of people avoiding this particular area, where you can hear kind of weird kind of scraping noises inside this building. Do you wish to investigate?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, you have control. You leave
So
Nina
it's very
like
dark.
in a wheelchair over here. Yes, you can pull out a torch if you want.
I may just do that. Is it actually dark in this area?
Yes, the weather has just been terrible of late, so there's not much light breaking through the clouds at the moment, and this particular area seems to be quite abandoned.
Okay. Well, Loon's gonna peer through. Is this an open window? Or like a clear window?
There's a clear window. Yep.
Oh, I can see. Are those corpses? And rats. This is not a nice place at all.
You can hear scraping sounds inside.
Oh my god!
And you manage to peek around and you see a large group of rats are waiting by the window for anyone that might be curious to come inside.
Guys, come over here, look at this. Look how big that rat is.
Loki looks in and says in rat, "Oh, hello. What's your name?"
I am leader. You are prey. Come in, prey. We're so very hungry.
Says, you've mistaken me. Our name is the Luck of Many Footsteps, but I would gladly share some food with you. It does look like you and your lot have, fallen upon some hard times. And I reach in through sort of like the broken glass pane and drop a ration inside.
Okay, I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw, but it's only a 5 you have to beat here. Easy. I knew you would. You drop it, and the rats are quite quick to just like leap up and like bite out the air. This is in fact this wasn't a pack of rats. This was one of the giant rats, and he snatches the food out the air. And he's like, "Yes, good. Yes, you are ally to the Rat Kingdom. Yes, we allow you entry. You may take the metal things. Everyone wants the metal things."
Floki sort of winks at Loon and steps in through the window.
And inside, with your night vision, you can see that there's a few other characters in this room. So in the far corner, over here, you've got another giant rat, and then you hear just the kind of scraping as from the floor above, the wrecked floor above, a pack of rats start traveling down as well. And they're all like, "Food? Food is coming. Food, yes, food is coming. Give us the food. Give us the food."
Is there anything left in the ration, or has it sort of like been devoured by the others?
That one ration has been completely devoured.
Yeah, I reach back into my pack and sort of break apart the ration and just sort of fling it across the room, try and give every rat and group of rats some.
Where do you fling this to?
I am throwing it sort of like in this corner to try and clear the way up the stairs.
Instantly, all the rats rush over and you can just hear the as they're all going to screech at each other as they go rushing in for the food over in this side of the corner. Whilst they're busy eating.
I dash in looking for any sort of glint of metal, as the sort of first rat I encountered mentioned.
So you rush in and you're going over the stairs. Are you going to take a look upstairs, or are you going to just look around the room you're currently in?
I mean, I'm looking around this room. Like, I recognize that this is more a tentative truce than it is a alliance. And so I'll actually bring in one of the torches from the outside to try and see whether there's any like glimmers of metal as I sort of quickly scan around the room. And if not, if I don't see anything down here, I'll head up.
So you notice that there are 2 badly eaten corpses on the ground, and all their flesh has been eaten away, and what looks like the last scraps of leather pouches have also been eaten away. And among all the rat poop, you do see some glimmers of something metallic in there.
I sort of reach down and grab whatever it is without even like looking at it. I just sort of shove it into my pocket. Like, time is of the essence.
Yes. And you're not going to combat the rats anyway. You're just going to rush out and leave them as they are.
I'm crawling upwards. Yeah, I'm heading up to the top floor just to see if with all the rats down here whether I can do maybe a better inspection of the room above.
So what you find in the room above is it's been completely demolished. Like, this whole upper floor, the walls are broken away, the roof is barely there. A lot of it is just the first few boards up at the top of the stairs, and then it's just the support beam, so you can get over above where the rats are, if that is what you wish to do.
Yeah, and maybe from the rafters I try to, like, from bird's eye view, try to get a better investigation of the room.
Yes. Now that you're up there and they're still busily eating the rations you throw on the ground, you do have a brief moment here if you wish to look at what's in your hand.
Yes.
In your rush to grab things, you picked up a scrap full of coins. You don't know if there are perhaps more coins you missed, but you do seem to have picked up about 50 and 20 copper coins, which you can add to
50 and 20?
Yep.
So 70, some people might call that, or?
Yep. Yeah. It's just one just had 20, one had 50 coins. But what they have, the rest of it, is you also have 3 bottles of basic poison.
But is the metal thing that they, like the rats were talking about, just like these, like the chump change?
The chump change, yes, the chump change. But what was also in those pouches was poison.
Okay. So manage inventory. 3 bottles of a specific type of poison, or?
It's just basic poison at this point.
Okay. Manage inventory.
I think in the book it's basically referencing it's meant to be like rat poison.
Basic poison.
So
yep,
these
I
like
see it.
failed exterminators?
Very failed.
Potentially. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, so but that is all you can find in this room. So there is a bunch of rats you've made peace with, given a bit of food. You have some poison. You can just decide now to leave, or you can decide to do something about it.
About these rats? No, Floki wouldn't. But Loon still looking in. They might decide that this is a problem that needs dealing with. But as far as Floki's concerned, the humans that came in here have already perished. No, like, there's no further harm to be done by these rats, and they're just following their instinct.
Their human killing instinct. Totally get it. Yeah, just let them do as they wish. How do Loon and Peregrine feel about that idea of just leaving the rats alone?
I think Loon's more concerned with the bodies. Like, I think part of Loon thinks that they deserve like a proper burial.
Yes.
And I know it's bad the souls like don't get released if
It's
they
very-
don't have proper ceremony.
Very good memory there, and in fact, I'm going to give you heroic inspiration because this would have come back to.
Hell yeah.
Well, it may still come back to haunt you. You know that if bodies aren't properly cared for after they die, they usually come back worse. Souls find it hard to move on, particularly if the body is still kind of unburied or kind of sanctified. Then they'll come back as body in this state skeleton creatures to hunt and attack other people.
Maybe if we visit the church, we can ask them if they'll give us something to return these bodies.
Yeah, you do have bags on you that you could probably put the bones in if you so wish.
Yeah, I think Loon was more thinking of like a monetary incentive. But
Totally understand that.
Love this side of Loon.
And does Peregrine feel the same way?
Peregrine, sort of hearing Loon talk about having to take care of the body, sort of sees the wisdom in that, and he's not someone to sort of let an opportunity go by, and sort of seeing the rats having sort of huddled in the corner, will try to sort of make a mad dash to recover the bones. I mean, he's not necessarily opposed in principle to Loon trying to make a buck off of it. He would be more opposed to leaving the bodies behind to do so. So like if Loon sort of having recovered the bones wants to try and be a little opportunistic, then it's probably in service of the greater good or mission. But having had already sort of like the rats huddled in a corner, he'd try to pick up these two corpses, which probably don't weigh very much, being sort of half devoured.
Yep. So decide how you want to do that.
I mean, he'll just rush in and try to like pick up the corpses faster than the rats can like realize what's happening.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead? Show me your route in.
Have the rats now like dispersed from the ration?
Yes, whilst you've been outside discussing, they finished that ration long ago and have gone back to their kind of usual haunts in the building.
Guess he'll. So I guess if we've been sort of discussing this for a while, Floki's back out. He'll ask Floki to ask the rats for permission to retrieve the corpses.
Go ahead.
Master Rat.
Leader.
Leader
Leader is my name. Leader is my job.
Leader, will you allow us to retrieve those dried and savory bones? I fear, leaving them in this house would create unsanitary conditions for your little ones. I'd be happy to clear them.
Our little ones wish to test their teeth on their bones, to gnaw them into sharp fangs. If you are to take these bones, what will you give us in return?
Besides the food I have already given you, you mean?
That was to allow entry. Now you wish to take our kills. What will you give?
Are you still hungry? Do you need more food? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, the pack is hungry. We need more food for the babies. We will create an army of rats to lay savage to this village and make it our home forever.
Floki's sort of interpreting to the group everything that's sort of been happening and what he found. And Peregrine hands Floki some of his food, which is, you know, slightly humid to the touch. But he says, "Here, you can use one of mine." Sort of Floki throws it into the room, realizing just a little too late the sort of wet squelch sound of the ration. You know, this like dried jerky suddenly feels quite wet upon hitting the ground, and he immediately sort of grows pale and reaches back to his backpack, realizing that there's only 2 vials of rat poison left. And Peregrine just sort of shrugs at him.
The first rat that's closest rushes over and hungrily digs into it. The big one here, leader, comes across to also have a bite of the food when he stops and starts sniffing the air. Now, I want to see, let's see with a deception check. So we're both going to roll for deception. And should you succeed on this roll, then they won't believe there's poison. But if they do suspect, then they know that they've been betrayed. So, yes, please roll deception. So you got 14. Great. And I'll giant rat. And I believe that's a charisma save, isn't it? So let's go ahead with that. So it's 8. Success. So you have rolled high enough that they do not suspect that you have given them poison, as these the first 2 dive in and start eating the food. Immediately, these 2 are dead. Bam and bam. As this one goes, "No, husband, why are you dead now? Kill them. Kill the intruders, they poison us." And
no.
I would like you all to roll initiative now.
Wait, so was that on purpose?
Peregrine figures if he doesn't kill these rats, they'll kill more people in the town.
Oh no, what's Floki gonna think about that?
He's not happy.
Playing your characters against each other. But yes. It's great. It's great. Floki, in fact, can step away. He can so choose to just like step out of this battle and leave it to Peregrine and Loon if he wants to stay in to fight the rats. You know, if you are that emotionally disgusted by what you did.
No, it's a bit true. I mean, Floki's not like all good or all bad. He just thinks like, you know, nature runs its course, things follow their own instincts. In a way, he knows that this is the sort of Peregrine's instinct. This is like a scorpion stings, a rat bites, Peregrine, you know,
Kills undead.
will cheat
evil things.
cheat and deceive for the greater good. But he still learns from it. You know, like he feels like he's sort of sussing Peregrine out and now knows that, you know, he can't necessarily be trusted in what he says. But, you know, I'd still protect him.
As a changeling, he's not always the most honest fellow. As we skip into the combat music. Okay, so you'll roll pretty low on this attack. So we start the battle off with this first. This is just a regular rat that's going to be like as he comes running towards Loon, and he's going to go and bite for his foot. So the attack is a single bite. A 10 does not hit. So he digs his teeth into the leather of your boot, but doesn't manage to penetrate far enough in. This is followed by the swarm of rats. Let's see, can he reach? Yes, he can. As he runs forward to rush at Loon at the door. The pack of rats doesn't attack. He's got 13, which does not hit either. But you are now just covered in rats that just swarmed all over you. We now have the bigger rat, which is very upset after its husband and daughter have died to poison. It rushes in. It's going to attack at its aggressor, Peregrine. 7 does not hit. These guys are rolling very badly. As finally the last one out on the hunt, but now recently back, another pack of rats rushes in to fight with Peregrine and goes in for another attack. 17. Does a 17 hit Peregrine?
Nope.
Nope.
Got 18.
You guys are just so OP at the moment that these rats are just crawling all over you and you're just wiping them off. But that is all the rats goes over with. On to Peregrine.
Peregrine sort of just like leans in through the window, attacking. You know what? No, I'm gonna move there, which is an attack of opportunity from the big rat.
Yep. And oh, you're not for the pack of rats. You just got around the back of it. All right. So the big rat goes for a bite. 11 does not hit.
And I attack with my cinnamon arm, which is an 11.
Brilliant.
Does an 11 hit?
That's from the pack of rats. That does hit. Yeah. Give it the damage.
Ooh, max damage. 11 slashing damage.
11 slashing damage. All right. And it is bloodied.
That would have been with advantage, but I'll skip that. I mean, here, actually, no, I'll roll in case it's a crit. Because I'm flanking.
Yeah.
But it's not a crit. So here goes in my second attack. Another 11.
Another 11 hits.
Which does... Oh, another max damage.
Another max damage. You have killed the rats. Do you want to do anything special with the rats, or just you just murder them?
No, I'm in a sort of rush. I'm just stomping on them, kicking them aside, like to the side, not being very respectful of these poor rats. But
Save us! Save us! They call out to their dead leader. Yeah.
And then I lean in through the window and go for a bonus action. Oh, there's an Amazon package at the door, but I do 10 piercing damage.
But do you even hit? Well, we'll find out when you get back. All right, Loon. Until Peregrine's back to find out if you even hit, because you.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
So it would have been a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Definitely hits. You do 10 damage. You kill this rat. So the poor queen rat's there. You slaughter her. But that is your goes over. Loon, it's your go.
I'll rush in to the room there to flank and give Lou an advantage on any attack.
Do you give advantage just by flanking them?
I think so. We're using flanking rules.
Yeah, well, it depends because they're looking at Loon, so I don't think that Loon is being flanked at the moment by them. But
we're flanking, like, because there's it's general flanking rules if they're optional, but it means that from Loon, anyone in those 3 tiles counts as flanking these rats in the window. So Loon would get advantage on them because like the rats are distracted having someone in front and behind.
Yes. I'm going to have a slight change on the flanking rules there, because I understand this from our old game. Instead, it's going to be like, you're getting behind what you think is their direction. So only if they're facing towards Loon, they're not being flanked, but they're not going to be distracted by you at this point. So Loon does not get an advantage on this attack, but you would, on your next go, get an advantage, because they're looking away from you right now.
Okay.
Okay. So, over to Loon. What are you going to do?
All right.
You got the little rat,
Well,
you got the swarm of rats.
Yeah, there are a lot of rats at the moment. Luna's going to whip out. He's been very excited to use this. His Mace of Terror.
Whipping out.
Yeah.
His mace. Let me just display that.
Has
So,
3 charges.
I assume I've attuned to this now because it's been a while.
It has. Yes, you have.
So, yeah, I'm gonna use one of those charges, and it's just gonna like shriek like a cat. And all of the rats that I can see within 30 feet have to make a wisdom saving throw of 15. Otherwise, they are frightened of me.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's going to hit the rats you can see. It's also going to hit the rats you can't see under the floorboards.
Brilliant.
So you're going to hear a lot of shrieks. So what's the saving throw? Is it wisdom?
15.
Wisdom 15. Okay, so let's just roll for all those rats. So 1, it's failed. 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 Succeeds. And
Oh,
fails.
it's the giant one as well. Okay.
I just did the giant one for all of them because they all got the same stats.
Fair enough.
So that's the 2 rats and 4 under the floorboards. As most of them, you hear them go, and they're going to skip away. But I'm going to say this one in front of you is the one that remains. But you otherwise you hear a lot of screaming under the floorboards that would have leapt out at you or someone else that might be in the room.
Okay,
yes.
I guess he can see that my mace isn't actually a cat, so he figured it out.
Yes, makes sense. But otherwise, yes, it makes the worst sound they can hear, like cats, never. That's their weakness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Loon's gonna assume that they're all frightened, and so is gonna move forward. And can I pick up the body as part of my turn, or is it?
Yes,
I've already used a magic action.
Item interaction, so you can do that.
Cool.
So you pick up this body, and I'm going to change layer to. Well, yeah, it's in your inventory. Also, you get an attack of opportunity against the rat that had run away from you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sweet. I'll
So
do
just
that. I'll
smash
just
him with
whack
them.
him with the mace then.
Yeah.
Mace of Terror +5 to hit. Oh hell yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
Oh yeah, definitely. As you just smack this rat into this wall over here, hits the wall, and slides down. You know that kind of comic, kind of like sound as the blood smears on the walls. It drops down. Yes, so that is your go done. There is just the 1 pack of rats left. As we move over to Loon. Loon, will you slaughter these rats? So no, Floki, will you slaughter these rats?
Yeah, and it's just these ones by the door, right, that are left?
Yes, that's all that's left.
Yeah.
Actually, they get an attack of opportunity. Oh no, yeah, they do against Loon because he moved further away. So let's see if they hit. 19 does not hit, does it? Loon.
No, it does hit. Yeah, 19
does hit.
hits.
Okay, Loon, you're going to take 5 damage.
Oh my god, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, and you now have rabies.
Oh shit.
No rabies.
I'm
yet.
glad we're going to a church.
Yes. Okay. So Floki, let's see these rats go down.
Loki sort of solemnly walks behind these rats and mumbles sort of not quite an apology, but a little prayer, perhaps, sort of wishing these rats to go in peace as he casts Starry Wisp. And deals.
So
just 3 radiant damage.
do they have to
Low
roll to dodge? Like, what's the?
No, it's an attack roll. So it would have been 17 to hit.
Yeah,
and a 3 radiant damage.
3 radiant damage. All right. So yeah, that one definitely took the damage. What you don't realize, because you can't see through the door, is after these pack of rats had bitten into Loon and sucked some of his blood, that plus the rations they'd eaten recently has allowed them to multiply.
That's how rats work.
Yep. So just like the rats just kind of split apart in like big groups, as you now have twice the number of rats to deal with. As we come over to the rats then. Now you did a very good job of getting rid of the rats below the ground. So it's just going to be these guys going to come for attack. So this first one is going to attack for Loon. Goes for a bite. Does not hit as a crit fail. So in fact it's going to hurt itself for 3 damage. That's 3. And this one here, because he can't move anywhere else, he's going to go and have to attack Peregrine for 11. 11 does not hit. But yes, you've solved the main part of the rats. So Now, it's over to Peregrine. Peregrine, finish these damn rats.
Yeah, I sort of step into the midst of them, attacking the ones to the right first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christ. That's a crit 1.
That fails. And with the crit 1, they get an opportunity attack to bite you on the hand as you swing at them.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
They miss. Now they miss. I'm nimbly bimbly.
Yeah.
As I try to skewer them like a kebab, with a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Which does 9 piercing damage.
They're bloodied.
I attack again with a 23.
Definitely hits.
Which does 4 damage.
You kill this pack of rats here, so you're down to just one last pack of rats to deal with.
I need to figure out. I should have done this before the session, but I'm in the midst of it. Now that I have a bonus attack, because you were a paladin in a previous life, so
Yes.
maybe you sort of know off the top of your head. So I have 2 attacks for action, but I'm also dual wielding.
Yep.
And my scimitar has nick, which lets me do the attack, like its attack as part of the attack rather than the bonus action.
Yes.
And I also have the 2-weapon fighting, which says when you make an attack as a result of using a weapon that has a light property, you add the ability modifier to the attack. Oh, even if you're already adding it to the damage. Oh, so it would have been 9, not 4.
Yep. So the dual wielding is a very good one because it does mean that you get to add your proficiency to your attacks to make them more powerful.
Yeah.
As for the nick feature, so trying to remember.
So this is 3 attacks per turn that I'm doing.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I did that right. Okay. So I did that because I think it was the crit. No, so I still have one more.
You've got one more attack left.
Yeah. Okay. So that'll be against the ones to the north. Which is a 15 to hit.
Hits.
And I do 8 damage.
8 damage. Still up, but now bloodied. So,
Wonderful.
yeah, Peregrine's over with Loon. Finish them. You can do it.
Oh,
Smite
Loon,
them.
I think, has his hands carried. Full.
His hands full. Okay.
I guess he could just drop him.
I can say that you can do an unarmed attack as a foot stomp on them if you wish.
Yeah, let's do it. Unarmed attack.
14
Does
hits.
14 hit?
Yeah. 3 damage. That's exactly what you needed. Tell me how you kill these rats.
I mean, I just stomp the shit out of them.
You just stop.
They try biting my feet. I'm gonna just stomp them.
You just got big spurts of black blood just bursting all over the place as you stomp the hell out of these things. It's full on kind of over the top hammer horror blood, kind of just splats all over the walls. As you finally stomp the last of the rats to death, the ones that were hiding under the floor, they have run away because you cast that fear spell. Congratulations, you've killed all the rats in this area.
I'm guessing we don't want to make rations out of these guys. They don't look very healthy.
You can do, yes. I was going to say you can now do your opportunity to check them for parts. If you want to, I think who's got the tools for it? I think it's Floki has the tools.
They're in the shared backpack, so whoever sort of wants to use them.
So what I need is for dexterity 14 plus to find rations. So if you roll for each of these creatures that you see dead, see if you get ration out of them. So Floki, go ahead if you like.
If it's Dex, I'll let Peregrine take the lead.
Peregrine, yes, with his swords, starts carving up the bodies. So let's fail.
That's an 11.
So you've got to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times.
God, they're just like, we've stomped them too hard.
Yeah. That's a
You
success.
said six times, right?
Yeah. So you've got 1 success.
We did too good a job at vanquishing them.
There's another
Nat
one.
20
Oh.
there at the
For
end.
that 20, you get double, so you get 3 rations. So those rations you used up, you just get them back.
Okay.
You made a
Nice.
bit,
And then wait, you didn't get it from any of the poisoned ones, right?
No.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Once you cook them, it'll get rid of the poison anyway. Yes, so you get 3 rations. Out of these, you've got the skeletons now. You've got those extra 2 potions of poison. And you also get XP. So let's work out the XP. I'm going to get up a calculator.
Are we at 0? Because the last thing we did
Yes.
was level up. Would that have like sort of just carried us over and like left us at the bottom
You
of?
just
level
leveled
5.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, did no more. So this is an opportunity for you to get a little bit more XP. So let's start with the 2 baby rats, because including the ones that you poisoned, because you did kill them one way or the other. So they give you 10, so that is 20. Both of them. We did get a hello message on the channel. Oh, we got Marvius89 is following. Thank you very much for joining. Yes, so that's another swarm of rats. There's 1, 2, 3 swarm of rats. So that is plus 150. And then you have the 2 giant rats as well, which is another 50. What's that? And do you want to share this XP with Nina? It probably makes sense that you all share it together, even though you didn't do it. Otherwise,
I mean,
you
is she so ill that she couldn't have helped?
Had she been here, it would have been easier, and there would have been more rats. So we can distribute it amongst us and assume she gets it too, because the fight would have been scaled accordingly.
She gained experience just watching you guys fight. She learned something from that. So we're going to divide it by 4. So everyone gets 55 XP. Well done.
Can we investigate these bodies a bit closer now?
Yes, you can.
Like, assuming we've taken them outside.
Yes. So you've collected all the bodies, and yet you find that there's absolutely nothing. They've been picked clean completely. They were the bodies of 2 men, and all that was left were the items that Floki found. But you have cleared out the rat infection around here. You get the sense that rats are a real problem, especially the way they kind of multiply fast. You guys had fed them. I was going to have it that if you hadn't poisoned with the food you'd thrown over, those 2 little rats would have become 2 giant rats very quickly.
Oh man.
Yeah, rats exploded, which is why people were staying up the area. 2 people had been, paid coppers to go in there and poison the rats, and they were foolish enough to just walk into their territory and get swarmed, which could have happened to you. They would have come out of the floor holes. If you can see those, that's where they would have swarmed out. But you managed to scare off the rats into another house to be someone else's problem for another day. But well done. As we move back to the map, so you guys have defeated the rats as you carry on, if you wish, towards the church.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good idea.
Brilliant. I will just move us over to the church now. Alright. Place party here. Bam. You're all there. And how's the lights looking for you? Is it light enough? There is a bit of light around the church. It is a bit more well lit in this area of town. So you stand outside the Church of the Morning Lord. You can see there's a sign up on the wall for it. Standing in front is a guard. He seems to be well armoured. He's kind of like leaning his back against the door, kind of snoozing a little bit, not really paying much attention. He's not dressed in the same guardsman uniforms that you've seen other people on the streets wearing. This seems to be an outside contractor, as it were.
Is he smiling?
He is kind of keeping his head down to kind of cover his face with his helmet, which is allowing him that if you get to right angle, you can see he's not smiling, but he's not frowning either. He's just kind of just chilling out. Anyone wish to approach him, or do you wish to scope the church out? You can go and have a little walk around. There's some open windows here and there.
Yeah, I mean, Loon's dressed in sort of the garbs of a cleric, right? So you'd be a reasonable person to lead this.
You're still
little
wearing
enterprise.
I went to the Wolfhead Jamboree t-shirt over the top
Oh,
of
yeah.
the robes. But you can lift them up and kind of show that you're kind of priestly.
Yeah, I've got my Cross of the Morning Lord. Excuse me, why are
Huh?
you guarding a church?
Yeah, just state your business, priest. Sorry, sorry. It's been a long day. There's been a heck of a lot of passing this last week. Welcome in. He steps to the side and helps open the door for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Stepping aside, you got two guards. They look at you and then they just kind of do the kind of little hand symbol for your religion, at least for the Morning Lord, kind of respecting you as you go in. You can see, for those of you who've already entered, that the room is quite packed with quite a number of people.
Okay, so it seems like some kind of ceremony is happening. Is that right?
No ceremony is happening at the moment. There are people up at the further end of the church. These people, some are lying in the seat, some of them are reading books, some of them are chatting amongst themselves. They've got a lot of kind of family and friends that seem to be just chatting. But they're staying all the way at the back of the church rather than staying at the front of it.
Okay, and the people at the front, does one of them look like a cleric, or are they all kind of just here as civilians?
Yes, there's the guy at the very sort of focus ping for you. At the far end, there's a man who seems to be reading scripture from a book. He's got a young lad next to him, and you've got kind of the more impassioned people of the church listening intently close by him.
Okay, well, Loon's definitely gonna walk straight up to the front.
Great. What's everyone else going to be doing at this time?
Peregrine is also sort of walking in, and as soon as he does, he starts sort of praying to himself, closing his eyes, trying to see whether he can establish a connection, however tenuous with the god. But for Floki, this is just sort of one more building, and he's more interested in the people, the parishioners. See if he recognizes anything. This face looks familiar, but I actually can't quite place it.
So that guy there, he looks Vlaki by nature. So this is one of the other soldiers I used in the Vlaki, the Vistani town. So he's Vistani. But he's not anyone you recognize, but he definitely has the kind of features you recognize of them. In fact, could you roll a perception check?
A 12.
A 12 is good enough. With a 12, you do recognize this man up here. You may remember him as Leif, the accountant from Strahd's castle.
Damn.
Leif Lipsig, the accountant.
Maybe we should tell Raven about that.
Yeah, he's the guy that betrayed the brother of Muriel. Is that right?
Family member, yes. They definitely have a family name, and he was also a were-raven.
So we found out about this after having saved him, right?
Yes, you basically said that you had tricked him and that he shouldn't be put to death by the vampires back at this castle.
Floki's gonna go and sit down next to him.
Oh, it's you. Hello.
I reach into my bag and I pull out, not quite menacingly, but also not menacingly, a raven feather that I sort of picked up after the where was left, and I just sort of place it next to him, try to read his reaction. I do one of those things where just like I'm just silent. I say nothing but look at him and try to see whether sort of a guilty conscience spurs any sort of admission of guilt or not.
Would you like to roll an insight check?
Yeah. Very 26.
Very good, very good. You see his eyes look down at the feather, and he looks back at you, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of signs of guilt, but there does seem to be a rather surprise that you're still alive. When he looks at you, his eyes go wide, as that he's like, I thought the mistress would have killed you. Congratulations on surviving. She let me go after I saw you. Thank you for saving my life.
What are you doing in this town?
I needed protection. This is the only place that Strahd can't enter, or any monster at all, any of his wives or minions. This is the safest place in the world. I can't take the strain anymore. I need to be safe.
Same. You should see your escape from Strahd's castle as a second chance, one that not many get, an opportunity to visit past mistakes and ensure you don't repeat any of them. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And I let my eyes sort of linger on the feather between us.
Now, it wasn't that long ago that you transformed into a giant spider, and you still have a little bit of kind of a spider shape to your head, and there's kind of like patches of spidery skin with hairs on you as well, on your arms. You kind of stare at him, and he looks you up and down, and he goes, "You're one of them, aren't you? You're a were person, aren't you? How did you even get in here? Don't touch me."
Look at him, and I say, "Oh, I am much more than a were person. I am were people."
He stands up. Guards!
And
Guards! We have an intruder! We have a were intruder! He shouts as the guards then come over to investigate what is going on. And like, excuse me, sir. Sorry if this man is disrupting your time. You couldn't just tell us who you are.
I am one of the fated heroes come here to defeat Strahd.
Defeat Strahd. Good, good. You're an adventurer then.
We are.
Then you are welcome here if you seek sanctuary. These halls are gilded against those of tainted blood. You'll be safe here to recoup your energy and carry on the fight. God bless you. And they do the little kind of salute thing, and then they move back to their posts by the door. Leaf is kind of shocked that they didn't immediately rescue, and he says like, how did you even get in here? This isn't possible.
I sort of smirk at him and give him the most sort of like animalistic growl I can muster. And again, I look at the feather and I say, think about what it is that you've done. Woof.
He runs, screaming, and he's like, "Nowhere is safe! Nowhere is safe!" as he runs off out of the church, screaming, and into the darkness. The rest of the patrons all kind of look around a bit confused and at you. But other than their eyes warily watching you, they don't react.
I'll stay sitting here. Sort of let the camera pan back to Loon.
Yes, as we come back to Loon, who stepped all the way to the front of the church area, where Father Lucian is reading from the scripture to the boy sitting next to him. He's going, and then, on the 14th day, the Lord created sand, and on the 15th day, he created water to lay upon the sand. Oh, hello there, fellow priest, welcome. It is so strange to find new priests in these lands. Tell me, are you from outside of this world?
Yeah, as it happens.
I understand. I do pity you. You have ended up in a forsaken land. Even our gods do not reach us here, but we do what we can. As long as we keep the Morning Lord in our heart, he will remember us. Come, sit down next to your fellows. And he comes and indicates over here as a seat.
Over where, sorry?
There's a ping.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm not here to listen to scripture. Well, my friend is sick, and I was hoping that you could heal her for me.
Of course, we will do what we can. Why don't you bring your friend forward? And I believe at this point, Peregrine is helping hold Nina's wheelchair if he wants to push her forward.
Yeah. Let me find his tile. There he is.
Yes.
Roll her over here.
So you push her forward. As Father Lucian goes, it's like, oh, Peregrine, it's good to see you. Very well done on saving this child and this old lady from the dangers of the outside world. It's good to have you back among us.
Yeah. Does Peregrine remember having been here before, or this man?
I won't even ask you for a roll here. I'm going to say you don't. You have no idea who this man is.
Say, Father, I am happy to be in this place, but I must admit this past year has not been an easy one. I have been the prisoner of the great evil one, and I'm afraid it has not left me without scars, some visible and some not. My memory is not what it used to be.
Your memory? Tell me, Peregrine, you do remember me, don't you?
And I try to like scrunch up my face and try to pierce through that veil of darkness, but I sort of unclench my fists and I say, no, I'm afraid I don't.
I see. I was worried when you asked me to perform the mind blank spell. I did warn you the risks. I thought you'd retain the memories you needed, but I guess the spell hadn't fully taken effect by the time you've left here. My God. Okay. So I need to tell you some things then. Firstly, you came to me about 3 months ago. You were terribly tortured, both by what happened in your battle with Strahd and your imprisonment under the castle, but you seem to also be running away from even darker demons in your past. You begged me to help cast the mind blank spell on you, to help you forget your darker past, to relieve you of your demons that were tearing you apart. I swear at the time, only your faith had stopped you putting a bullet between your brain. You gave me this scroll to cast the spell, and then a few days later you left, and I haven't seen you for a month. What do you remember?
I've only been able to put together bits and pieces, but As far as I can tell, I took up arms against Strahd. I helped the sage Mordecai in his rebellion, but things didn't work out as we'd hoped. And I remember being trapped and tortured by Strahd and his brides, and then suddenly I was there no longer. Not sure how I made it out or if I was released, but I've been trying to get back in touch with the Morning Lord ever since. Yet the connection seems too tenuous to reach out. Haven't managed to hear back.
I understand, brother. I mean, I have been born here and lived here all of my life, and I have never fully heard the voice as you describe it of our Lord, but I feel him in my heart still. But I do worry for you. It seems not all the memories you wish to forget have gone, but some of the ones you wish to retain have. This is most worrisome. But as I promised you before we began this process, I do have a way to cure you. But first of all, what shall we do? You've brought me an old lady, a child, and a cripple. Do you wish to have them seek sanctuary here whilst you carry on your adventures?
I sort of point at Loon to let them explain the predicament of Nina.
Yeah, I think Loon's just going to ignore what he just said. And just say, this is Nina. She spent some time in Strahd's castle. They bled her dry and she got some vampiric blood in her mouth. She's changing.
Ah, she has the blight. I have seen this very often with those who failed the vampire initiation or are simply victims. I can cure her, but he looks around. Best follow me to the office. And as he tries to move, this lady over here, she's finished stirring some tea cups on a tray. She's holding a tray with several cups, and she's like, "A cup of tea, Father." And he's like, "Oh no, thank you, Deborah. I'm still." He holds the 2 cups of tea that he's holding. "I'm still finishing these 2 cups." oh, are you sure, Father? I didn't mean to offend you, Father. No. I'm already finishing these 2 cups of tea. As soon as I finish them, I will come to you for another cup of tea. Okay, Deborah? Everything's okay. Oh, sure it is, Father. Everything's fine, Father. Yes. Oh, sure it is. And he's like nodding, and he indicates for the group to follow him as he moves around the chairs. Starts heading up towards this room. I'll give you the focus ping actually over here. Opens the door and he steps inside. And I'm assuming Floki's going to follow as well, seeing you all enter.
Yeah, seeing everyone walk in, he does.
Father Lucian goes, "No, please close the door." Great. He kind of comes down and he goes, "Come closer. It's best that we don't let our voices reach too far. The fact is, normally I'd be able to help both your old lady friend and you, Peregrine, with your predicament, but there is a trouble in the church." He kind of looks around, and he's particularly looking at Peregrine to kind of try and detect if it is right to say this or not. But he settles himself and he goes, "You see, this church has a special power. Long ago, Saint Andrel, she blessed this church, and she made it so that as long as her body remains here, that no outside forces of evil, no forces that are not accepted by the clergy here, can enter these hallowed halls. It also empowers my cross, and he holds up his cross. My cross, it gave me a special power, gave me the power of greater restoration, which I have used to heal many of the sick that live in Vallaki. Those outside, many of them are chased, either by monsters or abusive family members and members of government that wish them harm, and this is the only safe haven they have. But right now, the protection spell, it's gone. There is nothing protecting them.
You mean to say that St. Andrew's blessing has run its course? Has it ended? Is her body still within the church?
Most of her body is in the church. I'm just getting
Most?
Yes. You see, under the podium is a coffin with her bones still inside of it. She is nothing but dust and bones now, but her power is unending and protects these lands. Recently, though, I took in a young lad called Jeska. His parents were killed by rats, and he was lucky enough to survive, but with no one to protect him, I took him in as an altar boy and began training him. He's a good lad, but whilst trying to serve me, he dropped some tea onto the ground, and when he was scrubbing, he accidentally lifted the planks and he saw the coffin underneath it. He was scared, so I took him aside and I explained to him that the coffin contains the bones of our saint, and that as long as he stays in these lands inside this building, he will be protected. The rats cannot reach him here. He's the only person I've told other than my clergy, and it was just a few days later that I felt the holy energy of this building vanish. And when I checked the coffin, she was missing her pinky. I do not wish to know what to do. The boy is so scared. He's terrified of everything and everyone around him, and I've only just gained his trust. If I was to question him about taking the bone, then it might destroy the trust we've made. But I suspect he took it to thinking that there was only a small prize that could protect himself, but he does not realize that as long as a part of her is not here, the magic fails. I ask you now, Peregrine, please help me. Please investigate where the pinky toe has gone. Bring it back to me so we can protect these lands, and then I can help cure your friend.
Peregrine's face darkens at hearing sort of a saintly body being desecrated, and you can tell that it having been done by a small boy does not sort of lessen his distaste for this. And he looks at the father and says, you know, you don't want to scare the boy, but would you be okay with someone else doing the scaring, if that means St. Andrew's body will be left whole again?
Honestly, it pains me to ask you to do something else. Your demon says I know them to be the result of a good man doing terrible things for the right reason. I do not wish to put another one of these burdens upon your shoulders, but when I look at my clergy, and know that their lives are in danger. From many places, their faith in the Morning Lord is unfounded, whilst the protection spell is not in action. It must be done. But do be lenient to the boy, and when you are done with him, send him my way, and I will make sure he's okay.
Father Lucian, is there an empty room I might use for the purpose of speaking with the boy?
You can use my office here.
Please, everyone, leave this room. Tell the boy, come.
So does Floki open the door?
Yeah, I mean, Floki sort of trusts that Peregrine probably has a plan. So yeah, he like opens the door to step out.
And standing outside the door is Deborah. She has turned white as a sheet, and the tray of teacups in her hands are shaking violently. She stares with eyes wide open. She's like, the protection is gone. Lucian quickly runs over. He's like, no, Deborah, no. We were just practicing for a play. It's everything's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Protection is gone. She's just distraught. He goes over and goes, now, Deborah, I know what you want to do, but I need you not to do it, okay? Puts a hand on the shoulder. I need you not to spread this about, not tell anyone. I must tell everyone. No, Deborah, no, I must tell everyone that we're doomed. We're doomed. Deborah. And he's looking over to you guys to see if you can do anything about her.
Ideas, Loon?
Yeah, I'm just having a look through my spells.
Yeah, me too. I was trying to make some time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have something that might work.
Let me know your plan, Loon, because I think you guys have known each other enough that just by single looks you can kind of communicate the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Loon is gonna lock eyes with her, just as she's about to like turn around and leave the room.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like in cartoons where you get the hypnotic, like swirly patterns
Yes.
in someone's eyes. His eyes are just his pupils are gonna kind of like stretch and spin around in these spirals, and he's gonna cast hypnotic pattern, which I will display. And she is going to see a twisting pattern of colors in a 30-foot cube, and it appears for a pattern and vanishes. Each creature who can see the pattern must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition for the duration. And while charmed, the creature has the incapacitated condition and a speed of 0. So I'm hoping just to kind of like keep her there, disorientated, and we can maybe like drag her into this room and just close it.
All right. So with that, because she's
Wisdom
in
15.
such a distraught state, she's actually going to have disadvantage in stopping you. Let's just see, and yep, 7 and 6, 6, 7,
Nice.
6, 7.
Oh no! Actually,
yes.
that's what Loon does that instead, and it just drives her insane.
He starts saying, and she's just like, she just watches you as like the shaking calms as she kind of goes into a state. Yes, you've succeeded with hypnotic pattern. What do you wish for her to do?
That's it. In here, you put the tea down, take a little nap, and I'm just gonna like guide her into the seat.
Yeah, she's like, yes, master.
Like seeing this like more powerful and darker side of Loon.
Yes, you can see why he's Strahd's favorite. as she sits down, and so she's just left the tea tray outside the door, and
Okay.
sits down, and yes, she that's where she stays.
Okay, so this is up to 1 minute. We have 1 minute.
Lucian is just like hears that the 1 minute goes, oh, thank you very much, young master. I don't know how you did that, but I will take her to my bedroom and let her rest. Her nerves are fried, but yes, please, as fast as you can, please find out where the pinky toe is gone. And he leaves the room, taking her with him into the bedroom in the other room. Okay, and you guys are free to act as you wish.
I'm just gonna pick up the tray because it's a bit like suspicious that it's on the floor,
Yeah.
and maybe just carry it back over here where she was sitting.
Okay, yeah, put it back on the seat. That's fine. Yeah, Saloon, you are right now. So I'll give you the names of these people, but the boy to your right now is Yeska, the orphan.
Okay.
And there are other people around the room if you wish to speak to them. And Nina is now just sitting down next to this priest who is listening to her just babble nonsense to him. But yes, you're welcome to talk to the boy, or if Peregrine is the one who wants to do the interview, he can step in.
I
I
mean,
think I'll leave the boy. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if you want to Peregrine has asked for one of you guys to sort of bring the boy to him.
Yeah.
But if you want to sort of talk to the boy on the way, sort of to the room, you're sort of, like you might, you get the sense Peregrine's offering a stick. You might have a carrot.
Okay. Hey, you're Yaska, right?
Yes, oh mighty one, I am.
Oh no, don't worry about that. I'm just a cleric. Do you like
Yes.
dogs?
He looks down and goes, that's not a dog, that's a direwolf cup. But can I? Is he trained? Can I stroke him?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna need to do some sort of animal check. Yes, you're gonna do an animal check that he doesn't bite Yeska.
Get his little finger off.
Yeah. So as long as you roll above a 7, your dog won't bite him.
Okay.
Animal handling.
Oh my god, that was almost a 1.
Cruising over it. And yes, you managed to kind of, with your spiritual connection to your dog, you managed to get him in a good mentality, and his tail wags as Jessica kind of sits and plays with him for a little bit.
You know how I got this dog? This direwolf pup. Good eye, by the way.
No, I've never seen a direwolf cub be so gentle. They always nip at you.
Well, I've got a little secret. I lost my little finger. It was stolen from me, and then my arm grew into a direwolf, and that's how I got him. So it wasn't all bad after all.
He nods, goes, "Wow, that's amazing. Who stole your finger?"
A tree. It's a long story. But if you've got the
Yes.
time, come with me and I'll tell you all about it.
Sure. Okay. He's quite happy to have a friend that looks around his age to talk to.
Yeah, and don't worry, Wolfie will keep us safe.
As you lure the altar boy away. Steps inside.
As he enters inside, the room is pitch black.
Put the candle out, yes.
And two hands immediately sort of grab the boy before I've sort of been hiding next to the door. Before he can sort of see me, I fling him onto the chair and tie him onto the chair with ropes.
Father Lucian, help!
I say, anyone that can help you is far gone now.
No.
I have heard that someone has been desecrating saints' bodies.
Who?
I sort of like hit the chair so that it like sort of drops to its side with him attached to it as he smashes onto the ground.
He
And
takes let's see, 1d4 damage on the fall.
God.
Takes 3 damage as a cut begins to open up on his forehead.
Then suddenly this like guttural rat squeak can be heard behind him. Someone has been taking bones that should have been undisturbed.
I never did it. I never touched anything.
I say, oh, you should not lie. And I turn him around, and facing him is a were-rat. As the were-rat sort of grabs him and puts the chair back upright, and it starts bringing its head closer and closer to him.
He pisses himself.
These bones will not protect you lest they be reunited with the body they came from.
The bones? Do you mean the saints' bones? What's happened to the saints' bones? What? This shouldn't be happening. Lucian said the rats couldn't reach me here.
And I sort of grab him. I lift him from the shoulders along with the chair and sort of like hold him up above me, a couple feet off the ground. And I start screaming, "What have you done with the bones?
I haven't done
Lucian
anything.
told you about them. What have you done?"
I haven't done anything with them. I just didn't know what they were.
Where? And I start sort of like bending at the chair. I snap off one of the legs.
Yeah, and at this point, he's soiled himself fully. He also vomits with just fear, just pure fear, as he stares up into your eyes. Would you like to do an insight check?
Yeah. A 16.
16 is good. So with a 16, you can see that this is pure fear in his eyes. This kid has never been more scared than he is right now. The kind of expression he has doesn't show any guilt, but now and then when you mention the bones, his eyes flick to the top right corner of the room. And you've learnt this through your years of doing vanquishing evil and torturing people, that when people do that, they're thinking of a memory. When people look to the top right, they're always thinking of a memory.
I say, I know what you did. Confess now. It is the only way you will walk out of this room alive. And I sort of bring my face right up to his.
As he shakes his head, I didn't know it was a secret. I didn't know I shouldn't tell anyone.
Who? You tell.
It's like, Milovich, the gravedigger. I didn't know he didn't know. I told him about it when we were hanging out, and he didn't know that there were bones underneath the the pedestal. I didn't know that it was a secret.
At this, my face almost sort of like liquefies, returning to the familiar face of Peregrine, and I say, "Well done, boy. Salvation lies in confession." And I cast, what is it? Healing Hands? No, it's Lay on Hands.
Lay on hands.
As I touch his forehead, and the cut across his face just sort of heals.
Heals for 3 damage then. Yeah. Great.
Sort of untie the ropes binding him, try to like dust him off. I very, very obviously don't look at his pants or the sort of growing smell in the room, and I say, Go along, boy. Make sure that this doesn't happen again."
The boy immediately starts running towards the door. He opens it, and stepping outside, he immediately sees a loon standing waiting outside of the room. And he stares at Loon with betrayal in his eyes, the horror that this boy and his dog lured him to this room where he just had the worst moment of his life, as he keeps screaming, Father Lucian, please!" And he runs in, and he opens up the door and rushes into the arms of Father Lucian in his bedroom.
I like the idea. I can't see.
Is Deborah on the bed?
She's on the bed, passed out.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misinterpreted that.
Yeah, you could easily. Yes, I'm not surprised you had a dirty mind about the priest, but he's a good man. He's just been he's been waiting, and he can hear the whole thing from the other room, and he's just having to like bite his hand to like not go out and protect the boy. But he now has him in his arms.
I guess Peregrine sort of walks over and can plainly read Father Lucian's face that he sort of heard the whole exchange, and he just sort of nods and does the sign of whatever the equivalent of the sign of the cross is for the Morning Lord. He does the 6-pointed star
Exactly. Yeah.
at Father Lucian.
Father Lucian looks, and like there's a tear in his eye, but he nods. He knows once again that Peregrine has had to do something heinous for the good thing. He then pokes his head through the door, and he points his way, mouthing the words, Milovich, the gravedigger, who is over here, leaning against the wall, wiping the sweat of his brow after a busy day of burying bodies.
Do we know anything about this man?
Not yet. You haven't talked to him yet. He's just been hanging out in the corner this whole time.
Well, Peregrine sort of does one of those familiar nods. Both Loon and Floki to see whether sort of they're all willing to sort of keep using the stick rather than the carrot, or whether they think a more diplomatic approach is needed.
I mean, Loon was very impressed. He thinks that worked amazingly.
In that case, we sort of walk towards Milvoy.
Milovich.
I don't think that's how that's pronounced.
Maybe.
Pretty sure that a J like that would be an I.
Yeah.
So it would be a Milvoy, I think.
Millivoy?
Oh, Milivoy. There's a Milivoy.
That makes sense. As you guys approach, and he quickly realizes that you guys are like surrounding him, and he's sweating a lot. It's like, how can I help you?
And Loki and Peregrine both sort of put a firm hand on either of his shoulders and say nothing, but they sort of walk him over to the altar.
Yes.
and just look at him with like ever-growing menacing stares.
You can see the ground where it's obvious that the planks are slightly different from the rest by the altar there, and you can see his eyes dart to it and dart to all of you, and he's like, so yeah, I took just a bone. I got paid to take a trophy to the coffin maker. He gave me 20 gold to bring a trophy. I only took the smallest bone.
Peregrine looks at him and says, "You know what we're gonna have to do now, right?"
No. I mean, this is a church. You're not going to hurt me in a church, are you?
My sort of, I sort of cover my face with the hat such that no one else within the building can sort of see it, and I just let it melt into like sort of like the face of like a leper, full of like warts and scars, and just sort of the scariest face I can muster, and I say, "Oh, I can do much more than hurt you."
What does Floki think when he sees this? Does Floki know what Peregrine is at this point?
I think he's sort of seen enough shenanigans that at the worst his suspicions are confirmed. If not, he's just sort of assumed like he's a shapeshifter of another kind, but he doesn't, again, he just sort of sees this as innate abilities that someone else has used for a purpose. He doesn't judge. He doesn't.
With this sudden transformation, there's a yelp from Milovoy as the priests that were standing next to him leap up to defend him. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing with our gravedigger? And then they look at your face like, my God, you... Sorry, I did not know that you were a leper.
Hey, your gravedigger has been digging entirely the wrong sort of corpses, I'm afraid. Do you know who lies beneath this altar?
They look at myself. Do you know?
I say the body of Saint Andrel has unfortunately been desecrated by this man you now attempt to protect.
The younger priest just like looks at him and is like, you idiot! And he kind of grabs him and he's going to throw him over onto the chair over there. And then he's just going to go like, what have you done? What have you done? Where is it? You've taken the bones, haven't you? Tell us where you've taken the bones. And you can hear the kind of murmurs down the hall as like the other people in the room are seeing like the usually kind priest suddenly getting really angry and pushing this lad into the chair. And he's just like, it was just a trophy. I just got paid some money. I was talking to the coffin maker, and I told him about how the bones were done, and he said that he was a huge fan of Saint Andrew, and he would give me 20 gold if I. All I took was a pinky, just a pinky toe. And with that, like they kind of looking like this is extremely bad. Unless we get the bone back, the protection magic here, we're all in danger here. Looks at Peregrine. It's a Peregrine. I know we haven't seen eye to eye in the past, but please, you have to help us now. You have to help this town. We cannot survive without the Morning Lord's protection.
I agree. This gravedigger, would he have any nefarious reason to take this bone, or would it merely be a trophy?
I don't know why he would do it. I mean, we strive so hard to keep the bones a secret, to protect them. But maybe it was just a trophy. Maybe he was curious. I doubt he really knows the true power that the bones possess.
Point us to the gravedigger.
One of them pulls out a notepad, draws like a very quick map, and points it, and it shows you that the coffin makers is to the further east of the town, near the Arasaka stockyards.
And with this man, Milliboy, what shall you do with him?
This lad is an orphan that we took in. We gave him a job. I do not believe he knew what he was doing. We will initiate him into the circle and tell him what he's done, and he will serve our Lord and make up for his sins. He will have penance.
I sort of go right up to Milivoy and I say, and that gold you receive, you will pay it twofold back to the church. And if you do not have it, you will earn it. And until 40 gold is paid, consider your bondage sacrosanct to this place. I will return, and if I find that you haven't repaid this debt, you will pay a much greater one.
But I needed the gold. I already spent it on food for my little brother and sister. I don't have the money.
Say 40 gold. Until you pay every last bit, you belong to this place.
I guess so. I mean, if I do sell my brother and sister, the Baron said he would pay at least 50 gold for both of them. That would be enough. That would be enough, right?
God damn it, Theo. If you harm a single hair on either of them, it will be the last thing you do. You have one opportunity to walk in the light. I care not how you earn this gold, but you have done enough damage already.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. He sits down, his head in his hands as he cries. I guess you guys are done here.
Can
Loon's
we leave?
been.
Oh yes, you got the bones as well, don't you? You have the bones you brought with you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, because Loon's already been pulling up the floorboards while the commotion was happening. Because he figures if he takes the other pinky toe, then Hidari can smell it and then maybe find the other one.
Very good, very good. So
you actually have a thing. That's cool.
The coffin, yeah.
Fancy.
So you take a bone and you put it up to the mouth. Could you roll an animal handling check to make sure that Hidari doesn't eat the bone?
Oh god.
Based.
It's gonna just be a 7 again. So you just gotta. Yes.
Okay.
Easy. Okay, just gives it a good sniff, and gives a yap like they know the smell now, so you can choose to leave the bone behind or not.
I'll keep it in my pocket just in case.
Yeah, you're going for one bone already, so you can bring them both back if you choose to, of course.
Yeah.
But, yes. You pocket. So add to your inventory the left pinky toe of Saint Andrew.
Nice.
I'll give you the name as well. And all this stuff about the was it the Gravedigger's brother and sister, and like the setting and everything, that's all straight from the book. So It's a very good book. This Curse of Strahd. But yes, you now have everything you need, and you leave behind Nanari, who is going to be She's going to be treated with what they have in the church for now. So this will help alleviate her symptoms. But to be truly cured, you will need to get the bone back. As we move back to the map, let's make sure that everyone is where they need to be. So Nina's gone. As you guys exit the church, leaving behind a traumatized boy, a distraught young man, and a unconscious woman in a hypnotic charm state. So yes, great work, heroes. Let's move on.
Amen.
Wow.
As you guys, so if I focus ping over here, this is the location of the coffin makers. I'll make that big as well. Change layer tokens. So there we go. There's the lucky coffin makers. You can make your way down the street. If you wish to drop into any building along the way, you're welcome to.
I guess we don't know what they're going to do with the pinky. We don't know if like time is of the essence or if they're just keeping it as a trophy.
I reckon, like, if this place is the only sort of like sanctuary within town, like, we need to ensure that there is a place to fall back on. Not least because it feels like, you know, we sort of gave away that the place is no longer protected, like by causing that
True.
commotion. So, you know, word, sort of like rumors will spread quickly, and we want to make sure that if they, you know, there is a Strahd faction within town as well. So if and also I think they can't cast Greater Restoration until we do so. So
Yeah.
if did we leave Nina in the church? Presumably.
You did. You left her behind, so she's being treated for a disease. The items they have, they will slowly cure her, but if they can get that the spell back, they can cure it instantly.
Yeah. I say we do head to the grave digger.
All right.
Yeah, agreed.
So that's to the west of town. There are certain lights on the way, so you can choose to just beeline it and just travel down the road, or do you wish to nip into any location on the way? It's up to you.
I think if we beeline it there, and then maybe we could check out stuff on the way back.
Agreed. Just because I realized, sorry, a quick little metagaming moment, that I'm missing a spell on Peregrine from when we leveled up. You have, because I don't want to double up on a spell you already have.
Yeah.
You have the one that lets you gentle repose, right? Where you, no, not gentle repose. Excuse me.
Spare the time.
like the short rest one that.
Oh.
Yes, with the cross. Yes.
What's it called?
Prayer of healing. Is that it?
Prayer of healing. Prayer of healing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have that, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I won't take that. Okay, I'll take something else. Okay, done. Okay, so yeah, I agree. We beeline it to the grave digger.
All right, start traveling down.
What time do you reckon it is, Theo?
In the daytime, it's about. By the time you reach there, if you beeline it there, it's going to be about 4 in the afternoon.
In general, I can't remember historically in the campaign, have the like vampire attacks and everything, have they always been at night, or do they come out during the day?
They rarely come out at day because sunlight burns their skin, so they'd have to remain in shadows in order to kind of move forward in the day. But nighttime is easy.
Yeah, we're not like, okay, good.
Yeah, you've still got some good. There's a very much of a lack of light above, but the sunlight you can't see still burns their skin. As you are traveling that way, I'm going to take you to a new location because you're traveling down the streets, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's move over here. Let's place the party right here and delete Nina because she's not here. As you arrive, you get slowed down because ahead of you, this kind of group of people you can see in the middle of the streets, they are a marching brass band that are heading through the middle bit. They're all kind of swaying about. They're super tired, super thirsty, super hungry. But you can see that they're still going away, playing their kind of musical instruments, whilst there's a crowd around them with very tired smiles and very tired clapping happening.
Can we? Because these guys look a bit creepy. Can we see
Yeah.
them through the crowd?
You can talk to anyone that's on the street. As you kind of go down the street, you do notice already that there are some more of the guards around. Oh, that's the wrong button. It's this one here. So you've got more of the guards, but they're holding torches this time. Again, like these particular ones, they're so tired that they've dropped their smiles, but they're the only ones who aren't smiling in this area. But yes, if there's anyone you want to interact with.
Oh, do we recognize any of these guys?
Interesting. So those guys that you're looking at down here, you don't recognize them, but you do notice that they are very different from everyone else. They are wearing kind of animal furs and skins, not like the costumes that everyone else is wearing. These are proper barbarian types, like big muscles, animal furs on, tribal tattoos. Unlike all the other people there, they are armed, though their weapons are strapped to their hips rather than in their hands.
Okay. I recognize this character, I think, from the bar in Barovia, but it might just be the same.
It's
Is
a
that
similar,
actually
it's
the
a
same
similar
person?
looking woman. So it is the same token. I don't have
Okay.
unique tokens or everything. So it's a similar looking woman, but
Okay.
she is unique. You've not met her before.
Okay, cool.
And she is
So-
chatting up a priest in training.
Interesting. Is there anyone here who we do recognize, or are they all new faces?
They're all new faces. What
Okay.
does
Well, I think Loon's kind of used to the crowd,
Yeah.
so they're just gonna kind of shuffle along with everyone else.
what do Peregrine and Floki do at this time?
Peregrine is sort of quite single-mindedly trying to like push through the crowd, but Floki, who's never been sort of at ease in crowded spaces, is much more assiduously sort of looking at the people in the crowd, trying to perceive any potential threat. You know, his like spidey senses sort of like his like little hackles are sort of like up as he tries to sort of push through. He's not comfortable at all in such crowded places, and so he's being much more investigative.
Yes, as you do this, a man who is in the crowd steps forward, spotting you, and I'm just going to move your characters over because you would have got to this point. Loon, Peregrine, and Floki steps out, and he's like, "Halt there! Well. I would like at this point everyone to roll an intelligence saving throw of 16 to remember if you would smile or not."
Jesus.
Oh no.
And Floki, being the one that was most paranoid in this area, he has disadvantage on the roll. So that's 1.
Disadvantage?
Yes, because you are super paranoid, you were not thinking about smiling at all.
Christ.
So that's Peregrine. Loon fails.
Wait, I might use my heroic inspiration. Is it metagaming if I wait for everyone else first?
No, it's fine.
So did Peregrine fail?
Floki,
Oh,
so
and
Peregrine failed.
Floki got a 12. I don't know why it didn't come through.
Okay,
It's a 12.
12. Yes, Loon. In fact, I'm going to say you get to roll with advantage because you've got used to this town. You've been smiling for a while. You would probably be more likely to remember. So let's see if you remember now.
No, my mind's too boggled at the moment.
After everything you'd seen, as
Yeah.
this man steps forward, he's like, well, hello there. Seems like we got a couple of frowny frowns, don't we? And we know what we do with frowny frowns in this town. As you can see
Like
on...
that he has little furry handcuffs. Very
Yes.
kinky.
Oh man.
His costume, as you can tell, as you've seen from the style that most of them have, their uniforms seem to be a mixture of a jester and a soldier's uniforms, which is where you get it across. But this man, his clothing looks a lot finer, and he wears a big, so he holds a big baseball bat in his hands with a metal cup at the top, and it's got that spiral pattern that's trying to make it look all fun and fancy, despite that it's a big bludgeoning weapon. And yes, he wears fluffy handcuffs to make... Oh, when you arrest people, it's all a bit of funny, isn't it? It's all very, very funny. And he's got a big smile. He's like, yes, hello, well, little frowny frowns here. And everyone knows that if you frown, you go in the stocks, don't you? He then looks you three up and down. He goes, oh, my mistake. You guys must be first-time arrivals. I will let you off this one time. But remember to smile, smile, smile.
Yeah, Loon immediately like puts on this kind of like shy smile to look like back at him.
He's like, oh, isn't that a good boy? He whips out like a candy on a stick and hands it over. Little kids smile all the time, don't they? Because they know only bad people frown. Keep up the smile.
Loon's not going to take it, and he's just going to keep walking.
Fair enough. What about the others? Do you guys smile, or do you purposely choose not to smile?
Loki sort of like smile grimaces and like tries to sort of move ahead. He's not comfortable in this situation. And Peregrine's smile is like too wide. It like extends over his face as if his like mouth is twice the width of a regular mouth. And he says, like this. And he just like, he's like, it like his smile extends like an inch too far in either direction, but he like sort of walks away with this like terrifying sort of like too large Joker smile on his face.
The man that you were standing with, he goes up to you and he smiles just as wide as you. And he goes, good to find another one among the crowd.
Wow.
He then takes another step forward. He's 1 second, as he puts a hand on Floki's shoulder. There's, you sir, you're bringing the crowd down a little bit. You're a freaky little one, aren't you? Yes. Maybe you do stand some time in the stocks, just to make an example of you. Then everyone could laugh at you, and everyone would be much, much happier. What do you say?
I'm smiling, and I like try to like smile as wide as possible, but it's, you know, despite having just started smiling, my face sort of looks as tortured as all those other people we saw like cry smiling for like days and days.
That smile is not reaching your eyes. I think we have a guilty one. And suddenly all the guards start walking in close to help with the arrest.
Peregrine, with his like this like very, very sort of creepy smile that has not left his face, almost as if it's sort of like frozen there, says, "Ah, my friend, remember we are newcomers, still learning the ways of this town. Surely you can cut my friend some slack."
He looks at Peregrine, and then he looks at the smiling child and looks at the freakish man, and he goes, you know what? You're right. We're in a festival. Everyone should be happy, including freaks like you. Well, just make sure you keep that smile, because know that I'll be watching. Even when you don't know, I'll be watching. Go on now. Have fun, and remember, smile, smile, smile. He steps back.
I reckon we waste no time here and
Yeah.
try to make our way as quickly as possible through. How have the sort of, I'm not stopping to like engage with them, but just sort of by looking at them, these barbarian looking folk, have they reacted at all to this exchange?
They have kept their smile on, but you can see their smile is like a powerfully muscly smile where they're just holding it. They kind of nudge each other to kind of look, and they find it kind of entertaining watching you getting bullied by this man. You also overhear some of the people talking, and it goes like, that goes Lars again, bullying the newcomers. And I've given you his name there. Yes. Also, actually, I'll give you this little bit of information, just because I'm nice like that. The same people that mentioned that, they also look over and they go, filthy berserkers. They shouldn't let them in the town. So these people over there, these 3 people, they're called berserkers.
Okay. I'll keep that in the old notebook in case that information becomes useful in the future.
Oh, I'm sure it will. This book is immense. Everything's connected. And you were also, I think, Loon, you were curious about these people up here.
Yeah. Very interesting looking people.
Yes. When you do kind of move, because you guys decide to shuffle past, but they put their hand, and the hand is a bunch of flyers. Do you take one of the flyers?
Yeah, I'll take a flare.
See, great. And the guy nods at you and goes, "May the Lord be with you." And as you look at the flyer, it reads, "Have you heard about our Lord Strahd? Join the cult of Strahd now and receive a free meal." Yeah. So, very interesting. Alright, well then, that is everything you find in your adventures down one of the busy streets. You get back to the map. As you continue on towards over here, the coffin makers. Do you want to just skip ahead? I can just skip ahead at this point. I think there's going to be no more obstacles on the way, unless you wish to go and open another house along the way. We'll just move straight ahead to the coffin makers.
Yeah, I reckon we're going there.
As you... Let me just check one thing. Did I do this? Yes, I did. You arrive outside the coffin makers here. And you can see there's the sign outside. Oh, move that by accident. There is. The Vallaki Coffin Makers Limited is the sign. The sign is beautifully painted, you know, has like a lot of kind of work put into it, which is very kind of offset to the rest of the building. The rest of the building is very shabby and dirty, and like there's a lot of weeds growing around the edge of the building. Doesn't look like it's been particularly well treated of late. But there's still some torches burning outside the front of it. But yes, you're now here. Please proceed. Do as you will.
Yeah. I don't reckon we'll need it, but just in case, Floki's going to give everyone but himself, including the dog, 5 temporary HP. No, actually, it's not temporary HP. It's hit point maximum.
Yes, it's pretty cool. Makes you go over your maximum.
Okay, sweet. Well, then, yeah. Everyone, including the pup, gets 5 extra HP. So that's Loon, the pup, and Peregrine.
All right, what would yours be then? So it'd be 43, but you did take a little bit of damage. So it'd be 32, 33. Balloon. And what does Floki have for health then at that point?
I'm at 53 out of 53.
Okay, cool. All right, so you've given yourself the extra health. Everyone's got their health. Yes, you're outside the door. You don't.
Oh, sorry, I was
You
muted.
don't hear any sounds.
I think I was on 38 HP, wasn't I? Because I'd taken 5 damage.
Yes.
And my max
then
is
you
43.
got +5, so you'll be on 43.
But your max health has increased beyond in case you do get healed.
So would I? But would that only increase my max, but it wouldn't also give me 5 HP?
It
Or
does.
Oh, here.
it give
So
me?
I'll do this. So I'll use Peregrine. We'll use Lay on Hands to just sort of give you a bit of a back massage.
Thanks.
How many healing points were you missing originally? 5?
Yeah, 5.
So he's now at
3,
48
4,
once he's at that. 48.
Okay, so he gives you 5 health points back, and then additionally you get an extra 5 like over health from aid.
Nice, that's insane.
Aid's a pretty good spell for that. Always good to do before a battle. So yeah, wise, depending on what you think is going to happen there. Yes, but you approach and you notice that the door is quite clearly locked. It's got a lot of kind of like drilled kind of points in it where there must be bolts on the inside that are locking it up.
Oh shit. Okay. Before we go in, can we sort of do a quick walk around the building to sort of
Sure.
see?
Yeah, take a look.
If we see anything.
As you walk around, Loon, your dog Hidari is sniffing the air and kind of does a little kind of like pointing his nose towards the upper level of the building.
Okay, it is here, guys. Good dog.
Having walked around the building, are there any sort of easy to walk up places, you know, like any wall sort of covered in thick ivy that could serve as like a makeshift ladder to sort of make it onto the like a balcony above, if there is one?
Unfortunately, there is not. You could use your you got that hook shot to kind of climb up, don't you? But
No, we've got many tools in our arsenal. Just
yes,
wondering which ones we can sort of keep in our arsenal for the time being.
It would be difficult to climb it with your bare hands. The kind of flaking stone walls, but it's not impossible. And then you've got tools to help you up if you want to, or you can just choose to smash a window and make your way in. But there's also a door knocker as well, if you wish to try.
Are all of the windows like sort of impenetrably covered by like curtains, or can we sort of see through any cracks in the curtains?
They are quite clearly closed. Like they're just glass and lead windows with thick black curtains that are covering them.
Peregrine is going to ask Loon to hide on that side, as Floki hides on this side. Yeska starts sort of knocking wildly at the door.
Go away!
Do we know what the gravedigger's name is? Milivoy.
Yes.
Milivoy.
No, that was the gravedigger. Yeah, Milivoy.
Yeah.
He told you the coffin maker.
So poor young Yeska starts screaming, Milivoy, please, open up.
So the man recognizes the sound and he's like, Malavoy, Yeska, you boys, go away. This is not the time. Actually, I should do an old voice. It's not the time. It's simply not the time. Go now.
Sorry, give me. What was that? I'm just checking. I think as a shapeshifter, there's no like limit on shapes.
Yeah.
I say no, please, you must open the bone I gave you. They know about it. They're coming. Please let me in.
They know. With that, could you roll a deception check for me, please? And you need to get a 14 to get him to open the door.
How's a nat 20?
He goes over and you see a slit open up on the door. He looks down, sees you as the boy, and he's just like, "This isn't good. You should be here." As he now opens the door.
And Floki walks in, and he says, "Please, quick, just give me the bone. I'll hide it. They're coming. They'll turn this place apart."
You shouldn't come in here. It's not safe. Go now. Go back to the church. It is not safe here.
You don't know how angry they are. Please, just give me the bone. I'll take it away. I'll bring it back as soon as they're gone.
I can't. There's more dangerous things than rats in here. You must go.
There's some outsiders with them. I've seen their eyes.
Outsiders. He quickly closes and locks the door.
They will not be kind when they arrive. They should not find the bone here. Please trust me.
They will not make it inside. I put traps around all the windows and doors. If they even tried to come in here, they would suffer greatly. You'll find, lad. Just keep quiet. Don't leave this room.
What are you gonna do?
We just have to wait. They're a bad man here, but they say they will leave us alone if we just do what they tell them. What they tell us.
There's bad men in here, in the house?
It's okay. It's okay. As long as you're with me, young lad. As long as you're with me, they won't harm you. I promise.
Okay, I trust you. Please just tell me where to wait.
Come sit down on the chair, lad. Come sit down. Everything's gonna be okay. They say after tonight they'll leave us alone, okay? And he goes back and stands and kind of like goes over and opens the little slit on the door and then closes it again.
Now these men, who are they? Why did you let them in?
They forced their way in. I had no choice. They simply overpowered me, and they were going to kill me. But then I remembered about the bones, and they promised that if I gave them information about the church, that they would let me go. But now they're waiting upstairs. They're waiting for their time.
Do you think we could get help? Someone else could maybe help us with these men.
It's gonna be okay. They can't do anything. The protection at the church will save them. I only asked Milovich to give me a pinky toe, nothing too great. So most of the power is still there. Their plan will fail. We just have to wait for them to leave.
Well, that's the thing. The power of the church is gone. I'm afraid without all of the bones in the church, the spell, the protection, it fails.
No, the comrade. I only asked him to take the small piece, just the smallest bit of the bone, just a fraction.
I've seen it with my own eyes. A shapeshifter was inside the church. The protection, it's
shapeshifter?
gone.
It's over. All right, okay, lad. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have to run for it, okay? You come to me on the count of 3. We're gonna get out and we're gonna run and we're gonna keep running until we get to the sheriff's. Okay?
Well, do you have the bone with you?
It's upstairs with them. They have it. They need it for their plan. But never mind this now. He opens the door and he says, follow me now, as he opens the door and he steps outside.
Peregrine sort of walks up to the door, make sure he like sticks his foot in it to prevent it from being closed. And he says,
Run! I'm right behind you.
Okay, lad, stay with me. We have to run. We have to go now. And he leaves, and as you hear some shouting upstairs. It's like, "Oi, the old man's leaving." And it's like, let him go. We do not need him now. And then the voices go quiet once more.
Peregrine sort of sticks his head out and nods to the inside. And I shut and bolt the door.
Excellent.
Well done.
All right, so you are in the workshop. The workshop contains everything a carpenter might need to make coffins and furniture. 3 sturdy work tables stretch the length of this of the western wall. They include many building supplies such as carpenter tools, mason's tools, woodworker's tools.
Did we say that to kill a vampire we need to stake it, right? Is that those are the laws of this world? Like through the heart?
You do not know if that's true or not. That is definitely what's been in the media of plays you've seen about vampires, but you do not know if it is true.
Is there like a sharp off-cutting of some piece of wood that has been turned into a coffin?
Up here, up at the very top, there is a piece of sharpened wood.
Nice. I'm gonna
Seems
pocket
like
that.
he made a stake as a side project.
Can we leave it there?
Yes, we
For
can.
today.
This is a good place to leave it before you continue the mystery upstairs. But yes, it's been an exciting little bit of investigation time.
Nice, yeah, I'm intrigued about who we'll find here. And just for my notes, these men. Did he say the number of men that are in here?
No, but you've heard at least 2 voices upstairs.
Okay, and they sort of break in here. And did they break in before or after the bone? Like, are they the ones that have sort of urged him to take the bone from Yeska, or did it sort of happen by chance that they came in with him having taken the bone?
Could you roll an insight check, and I'll let you know what you gleaned from your interview.
Yeah. A 22.
22. All right, you gleaned a lot of information from looking at his kind of actions and the contextual clues you have around. You notice that the locks and the doors have been mended. So obviously, yes, someone very strong managed to kick their way in through this door despite the many bolts in here. So that kind of corresponds with the idea that someone forced their way in. How he described it was that whoever this person or persons were, that they were demanding information about the church, and he thought he was going to die. And the only bit of information that he knew that might be of interest was that the bones of Saint Andrew are underneath the altar, and that they offered protection for the building. He told them this, and they told him he had to steal the bones, and he was afraid to steal the entire bones, so instead he paid the gravedigger to steal the smallest bone he could from the set, thinking that that would satisfy both the people that like attacked him and not put the church in danger.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not a bad man. He's just in a bad spot.
Bad spot. Thought he was doing the right thing, and turns out like just taking even a small bone is enough to completely break the system.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Well, let's leave it
detectives.
there. I'm interested to see where this goes. Do we know, is Kat back next week?
We don't know if Kat's back next week. She said she might be. So
Okay.
we'll have to see. Maybe we'll have to move the dates. But if she does join, the fact that she's got some cures right now might help her like dive in through a window if she needs to leap in. Otherwise,
But wait, they're
Imagine,
trapped
like-
though.
yeah. Exactly. It's a good thing you guys didn't try breaking in through any of the windows. So you would have had to roll for traps. But there's options so she can rejoin either way. But you got the new coffin maker's place to explore. But now you're getting a bit of an idea of what Vallaki is like. How do you find that? Any highlights? Any things you liked or disliked the most about it? I'm very interested to know what you thought of Vallaki so far.
I like the at least I don't know whether it's a mirage or not, but the sort of open-endedness of it, like having multiple directions we can go and explore, so that it feels nice and like sandboxy.
Yes.
So it feels very like lived in, like the world building around it feels like it's very like on the surface. And so I like that at every corner we sort of like run into different encounters that like give information about the place. Like that's cool.
I like it a lot as well. I mean, I'm putting my own twist on things, but a lot of this is straight out of the book. They thought a lot about this. Strahd's book is very good. That's why I've seen the new Ravenloft expansion book, and we've had some discussions about this. It's like they're just adding so much more to the world. I'm on the fence about, do I want to introduce it? Some people are saying it's great. Some people are saying it it's too much. But yes. So I'm open to the idea. If you or anyone watching online is really keen for me to like add some content from that, then I'll listen to it and I'll have a look. But for now, the book is big enough. It's huge.
Yeah, frankly, my recommendation would be, if you rerun this campaign with another group, it would be fun probably for you to like get it and see what bits you like and what you don't. But frankly, I feel like there's enough sort of like richness within the current book that you don't need to be like expanding lore.
Yes, it'll dilute some of the bigger events and characters. Yes, it's very interesting right now. But you're at the castle, the coffin makers, and we'll wait to see what happens next time when you get to explore and find out more about this mystery. Until then,
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me for Curse of Strahd, and everyone who's been watching at home. Thank you as well. We'll be back again hopefully on Monday, as long as coffee can make it. Until then, have a great evening. I'm the Grim Roller. I've been with my good friends Tips and Bar today, and we'll be back next time. So, bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Night,
Bye.
guys.